Hi guys, welcome back. I'm excited for today's video. In today's, I'm going to be trying out some new brushes from Real Techniques. These are their limited edition galactic brushes. I'm sure that that's what they're called. If they're not, they should be. Never mind. These are called Brush Crush Volume 2. So they have different volumes. And I guess this is Brush Crush Volume 2, but they are the space themed brushes. So this set right here is called the Maybe I Belong to the Stars, and it comes with a contour brush, a finishing brush for powder. It also comes with the fan brush and a bag. So that's what comes in this one. And then they also have this one right here. This one is called Ruler of the Skies. I'm excited for this little round sponge in there. Yes, I really want to try that one with my foundation today. This one comes with the powder brush, a blending brush for creams and powders, an eye perfecting brush, and a cosmetic sponge, which is this one right here in the middle. Then I got the blush brush right here, which is sold separately. And then this is another exciting one. This one is called the Kabuki brush, and this one is for all over application. So these are all the brushes that I'm going to be trying out today. I'm going to try to do my entire face just using these products right here. I think I could do a full face, like for sure. There's a lot of brushes here. So I am going to wet this little thing right here. I'm gonna see how big it gets. Oh, here, let me show you just like this. I wet it. So it did get a little bigger right now. I'm just gonna give it some more time and see how big it actually gets. I'm just gonna let it sit there for now. And it's kind of weird, right? Because it's just like a little ball. So I'm curious to seeing how that applies my makeup. Okay, so let's see. The first thing, actually I'm gonna need it right away because I need to apply my foundation. I already applied my moisturizer, which is the Becca Skin Love Serum. And I'm gonna use my foundation next. Okay, so before using it, here's a close-up of it. And comparing it to the Beauty Blender, it actually feels pretty soft. Somehow inside it feels a little dense, but from the outside it does feel really soft, and the texture of it is even a little bit softer, maybe because this one's old, but it does feel even softer than the Beauty Blender, but it does feel good, so we'll see. So I'm gonna grab my foundation. How cool is this? Just little ball. Okay, it doesn't feel hard on my face. It doesn't feel like it's like punching me. I don't know if they made it a ball because of the theme, or if they decided, you know, this might be a cool shape or a good shape to apply your makeup with. Well, it seems like it's blending on my foundation fine, and it doesn't make me question the sponge. Sometimes whenever I use a sponge that I don't like, I'm like, I need my Beauty Blender. But it's not making me think that at all. I'm gonna need a little bit more foundation. I feel like it is sucking up my product though, because with this one, a full coverage, I don't feel like I need a lot of foundation, and I just had to get a little bit more. Okay, so far, beauty sponge, good. I like it. I like that it's not beating me up. I also like that it's soft. It feels soft and comfortable on my hand. I don't feel weird, and I guess it could get a little messy if you hold it in different areas, but I don't feel like it's getting on my hand anyway, so I think that's good. The texture feels good. It feels bouncy and soft. I like it. I like the way that it's applying too. Now it is sucking up some of my foundation because this is a real full coverage foundation. Because if you think about it, if they don't suck up any product as a sponge, it's probably too hard. Like it's not really soft. It's just kind of like pushing your face. I mean, I guess that could be good because you don't waste product, but it hurts. It's not huge. It's pretty much like the bottom of that without the little point on the bottom. And I don't see something exactly for concealer. I mean, they're all pretty much like face brushes. The one that's not, I would say, is this one. And this one is actually considered an eye brush designed to apply liquid glitters. It's a little bit big for that though. So what I'm gonna do is use it to apply concealer. And I have a feeling that this one would be good to apply like a contour, your contour concealer or your contour cream. I'm just gonna use this one. It's kind of pokey, just a little bit, because all of these are just synthetic brushes, like plasticky ones. Okay, so it's kind of pokey. It's not very comfortable. I wouldn't use this one on my eyes, and I wouldn't use it for glitter either. I don't know, it just seems too big for my eyes. The handle doesn't feel bad. It feels pretty comfortable. I know it's a weird shape. And since it's not for that, well, it's not blending out my concealer. So I'm going to use my little ball and blend out my concealer. Okay, that blended it out easy. So far I've only seen them sell these brushes in sets. If they do sell them as singles, I would not buy this brush for anything. So just know, I don't think it's worth buying it just to apply something. If it were to blend out good, then I would consider it. But since it's just to apply something, I wouldn't buy this one. This one is 307. This one comes in the set with a little bag. And this one is a finishing tapered cut to lightly dust on powder blush. I bought the blush brush, so I'm going to use this to set my under eye concealer, and I'm going to use the Milk Makeup Loose Powder. Okay, so it seems really soft, like the bristles are bending pretty easily. So we'll see. Did I grab the right one? Okay. Okay, so yeah, this one feels really soft. This one's really, really soft. I'm coughing because of the powder I got in my mouth. It feels soft. It's good for the under eyes. Like, it is just super flexible. Like, look at that. It is, and it feels soft. Like, even whenever you have it on your under eye area, which is pretty sensitive, it feels really soft. All right, so I like that one. That one's good. So far, like this one, don't like this one. Okay, so I kind of have two powder things. I think I could use this one for bronzer, but I could probably use this one for bronzer too. And I'm curious to trying this one with powder, just because it's just like a cool little brush. This one is the Kabuki brush, so I'm going to use the same powder that I used earlier, because since it's translucent, I can still use that same brush for bronzer if I want to later. So I'm just gonna stick my brush in here, which is kind of big. Maybe with the hourglass one, or maybe not, because now I can just turn it over and it's pretty big, so it's not falling on the sides. Gosh, this is such a big brush. It feels cool though. I mean, it feels soft. It kind of feels just a little hard, but not the bristles. I think just when the bristles hit and like get stuck together, that's when it feels like a little hard. I wouldn't buff the powder on because it would probably move my foundation, but just, you know, pressing it in, I think that's good. Let's buff it out. I mean, whatever, you know, it's just makeup, so. But why would you buff on powder? I don't know, but we're gonna try. Well, I didn't do anything. It doesn't feel bad either. And it does feel soft. It's just really big. I see something there, so I think maybe I took off a little bit of my foundation, but it doesn't look bad on my face. I mean, it did a good job, that I think maybe to press in the powder, this is cool. I can't say yes or no because I think it's pretty cool, and I've never had a brush like this. It's just a Kabuki brush though. Do I think you need it? Probably not. You could just set your makeup. If you buy this set, you could set your makeup with this, like with the brush, with the powder brush. But they do sell this one individually, and I don't think it's bad to set your makeup with. You most likely, I know you, and I know you probably most likely already have a powder brush, like a regular powder brush. So you probably don't need this one. So now I'm gonna use the contour brush. This one is in the number 300, and this one comes in the big set, and it's the set with the little bag. This one is called the contour brush. Yeah, this one's called the contour brush. So I'm gonna take my Lorac Contour Kit, grab a little bit of this. That grabbed a lot and made a mess, so it seems a little dense. Okay, but it doesn't feel bad. It doesn't feel dense on the face. Just like, don't dig at your palette pretty much, because I got a lot of fallout. It's a good size. I don't feel like it's too big. And honestly, I've tried so many Real Technique brushes. Actually, my bronzer brush is a Real Technique brush. Well, it's actually a buffing brush for foundation, but that's a Real Techniques one. I have a blush one. I have a stippling one for foundation. I have this one. Like, I have so many Real Techniques brushes that they have lasted me for years. So Real Techniques makes really good brushes already, like affordable and good quality, and they're not expensive like you would find them at Sephora. What it is doing, it's making my powder like get really messy, but on my face it is soft. So it's kind of like dense and soft at the same time. Okay, so short, dense bristles, but not hard. Does that explain it? Yeah. And it's just a little bit thick. I would say if it was a little less, it would be better. This is the one that I currently use for contouring, and you can see how narrow it is. It's just, you know, twice the size pretty much. But it's not a bad contouring brush at all. Like, I think it does a good job. It feels soft too. So for this one being in a kit, it's good. Like, if you like flat, squared contouring brushes, it's good. Because some people like to use a round brush. I have this one that's for contouring, and it's round. This is also by Real Techniques. So if you're looking for a round one, I think this one that it's like from the original line is already good. But if you're interested in a squared one that maybe you haven't tried ever, then I think this one's a good one to try. So I wasn't sure if the handles were gonna be a little weird, but I haven't noticed anything wrong, like to where I'm uncomfortable with it, so I guess it's not too bad. But now I'm gonna apply my bronzer, and I'm gonna be using this little palette right here. This one's the Tarte Blush Book, the Tarte 101 Blush Book, and it comes with blushes, a highlight, and a bronzer. That's the one that I'm gonna be using today. If you're interested in this, actually, I have a review and swatch video on this palette, and I compare it to other Tarte holiday kits or holiday palettes. So if you're interested in that, it's up there in the little I button that you can check it out. I'm gonna try this big brush. This one is the 300, and this one's actually comes in this kit right here, which is a smaller kit, and it is a powder brush. But since I already used the Kabuki brush, I'm gonna use this one for bronzer and see how it works. I'm gonna try it on this side. Ooh, it really digs in to the product. And yesterday, whenever I used this palette, I used it with my regular bronzer brush, and it was not giving me this fallout, and I actually went in there. So yeah, it's really poking at my bronzer, but it's soft. Like, I don't like that it pokes at the products, but it is soft. It's like super soft. That looks nice, even though it's like it's not a dense one. This one is really soft. Look at how much it bends. It's like it spreads open. Just know that yes, this one is for powder, but you can use brushes for everything and anything you want. So that's why I'm trying it for bronzer. I know that it is a powder brush, but now what I'm gonna do is I'm also gonna try this one for bronzer, because I want to see how it would work if I wanted to try it with bronzer. So, because we're just testing out brushes here, and I want to tell you what I would use them for. So this is the bronzer now. Pretty big, but not bad, because it only grabbed the product right in the middle. Now if you have a big bronzer and you apply too much, then you would probably have a problem. But since it only grabs the product in the middle with that little bronzer, it's not doing a bad job. Alright, so that is that brush. So I think this one is a good one for powder. And bronzer, for bronzer it's okay. I just feel like it's a little too big for my face, but it's okay for bronzer. This one, it also did a good job with the bronzer, but because my bronzer is a really small pan, just like that, so it only grabs the product in the middle. If you have a really big bronzer and you apply this all over, or if you dip it in there all over and then put it all over your face, you're gonna get like bronzer everywhere. Next one is going to be the blush brush, and this one is sold separately, and I'm gonna use this one right here. It digs at my makeup again, but I mean, those blushes are really soft, but still, they weren't doing that yesterday. Alright, so I don't think this one's too big for my face. This one feels good, and it's also soft. And I think you could use this one also for bronzer, because it's not big. Why am I putting my blush up there? I don't know. Let's just even it out. And it applied the product good. It blended it out nicely, and it's soft on my face. It doesn't feel rough, so I do like this one. This one's number 302. So far, liking this one. Again, it does not feel weird, and not only that, but I'm like holding my brushes from the bottom. I'm not really holding them like from the top, so that's probably why that doesn't really matter to me. So yeah, that did a good job. So I have 2 brushes left. That's it. And I have pretty much all of my face makeup on except for my highlighter. So first I'm gonna use it with this one, because sometimes these brushes, especially synthetic, like they won't pick up the product. It's really thin, and it's not really picking up product. You can see it a little bit on my face, but it's kind of too thin. Like, it's just like way too thin. I don't feel like it's grabbing any of my product. No. It's not grabbing anything. It's too thin, like it's not picking up any product. So I'm gonna try this one. And this one is the blending brush. This was in the number 302, and this one is to blend out creams or powders. And I'm actually going to use it for highlight. I'm just going to apply it up here. And it's soft, so it's not rough on my face. And I keep saying that because these like synthetic type brushes sometimes can feel a little rough and pokey, like kind of plasticky, and these don't. So it's applying the product really good. I'm just applying it right here, like on my brow bone and on my cheeks. It's not too big, so that did a good job. Let me try it on my nose. That's good for the nose too. I'm actually gonna take the contour brush. I'm not gonna add any more powder, but I'm just gonna use it for the sides of my nose. And that's all the brushes. So like I said, I was able to complete a face application with it, a full face. Every single thing from the foundation all the way to my highlight. So everything is done just using these brushes. I'm looking at the Real Techniques website, and they do have the set of the 2 little balls for $9.99. So if you don't want to get the kit, but you kind of wanted it because of the ball, just get these right here, the set of 2, and you can get them for $10. So for $10, 2 sponges that are really good. So for this set to replace your beauty blender, I think it's worth a try. And from what it looks like one is smaller than the other. I don't know what size it is because mine's not very big, but I think it's a good size. And anything bigger would probably be just a little bit better, like it would cover more of your face. So yeah, I have no idea how much bigger the other one is, but it does look like it's a little bit bigger. And from what I just checked on Ulta, you can only get the 2 kits. As of now, Ulta's website, you can get both kits, and on Real Techniques, you can get all of the brushes that I showed, including the set of 2 sponges. So I will have everything linked below if you want to check that out. So that is it for today. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.